So today's Holy Tuesday. As I think about everything that happened yesterday on Monday, he got a lot of people really excited. And by excited, I mean angry. I mean, Jesus was flipping tables and telling people to get out of the temple, and, I've never seen him like that before. And yet it felt like what he was doing was right. It felt like it was justice. It felt like that was what was supposed to happen. He was always doing good. He was always saying the right things. He was always bringing truth with grace. The fig tree was still in my mind, to be honest. As we were making our way back to the holy city from Bethany, I was thinking about that tree that Jesus had cursed and how he had talked about it had all leaves but no fruit. It made me ask, is my life a lot of show but no depth? It's something that I would think about for a long time. On Holy Day, Tuesday, Jesus taught us a lot of things. And I wish I could share all of the different details of the things that Jesus said to us on that day, but what I remember were the parables. Jesus told the parables of the two sons. He told us the parable of the tenants. He told us the parable of the feast. And man, that parable of the wedding feast, how the king had sent out a lot of his servants to go gather the invited guests, but they wouldn't come. And then he told us about how even some of the people that were invited killed his servants, and that made the king very angry, and so those people were judged and killed themselves. Then he told his servants to go out and find as many people along the road that would come, and the next thing you know, the whole feast is filled with people. The wedding was filled with people, and the king would go and he would look and he saw all the guests that were there, and there was one that was wearing a wedding garment that wasn't a wedding garment, and he wasn't supposed to be there, and he was cast out. Jesus said, many are chosen, or what did he say? He said, many are called, but few are chosen. I didn't know what that meant. Jesus so often spoke in parables, and we were always saying, Jesus, what are you talking about? Jesus even talked about the taxes and paying taxes to Caesar and render to God what is God's. He talked about the resurrection, which we wanted him to talk about that all day long. I'll never forget the 7 woes. He kept saying, woe to you, scribes and Pharisees. He kept calling them hypocrites. He said that they looked like they had everything together on the outside, but they were whitewashed tombs on the inside. Again, it brought me back to the fig tree. He talked about how they would open the door to themselves, but close the door to others, and woe to you, scribes and Pharisees, over and over and over again. He even at one point said, you brood of vipers. Man, Jesus was getting intense, and he was intense a lot. But I'll never forget it. Jesus stopped teaching, looked over Jerusalem, and I wrote it down. It says this, O Jerusalem, the city that kills the prophets and stones those who are sent, how often I would have gathered you as children together, as a hen gathers her brood under her wings. And yet you are not willing. See, your house is left to desolate. For I tell you, you will not see me again until you say, blessed is he who comes in the name of the Lord. Why did so many people reject Jesus? I mean, Jesus loves you. He loves us, and he told us maybe a year ago, maybe not even that long ago, he said, I am the way, the truth, and the life. No one comes to the Father but by me. He's king. He's going to be sitting on his throne. I mean, we're all part of this moment, and it's just coming. We can anticipate it. Why do people keep rejecting him? Then we got up and we went to the garden, and I'll never forget the garden. I mean, we would go to the garden a lot. We would go there and we would spend time and we would pray. And well, this time Jesus did a lot of teaching. And he began to teach us because Thomas said, Jesus, when are all these things going to take place? Because it felt like Jesus was giving us a timeline. And when he said that, Jesus says, it's not for you to know the times or the places. He said, many people will come claiming they are me, or they will come claiming my name, but do not listen to them. He said, nations are going to rise against nation, and brother against brother, and famines and earthquakes, and all of these signs like birthing pains that a mother would be having. He said, but the time has not yet come. But he said, think back again to the fig tree. The fig tree. When the leaves are coming and they're tender, know that the fruit is on its way. Know that the time is near. Jesus said that we would go through trials and tribulations, and he even said at one point that we were going to be put to death. To death. No, Jesus, we are going to reign with you. What do you mean, death? He talked about the abomination of desolation, and I'll be honest, he was trying to connect that to Daniel or the prophets, and I was confused. I mean, I was always confused. Sometimes I would get it right, most of the times I didn't. Then he talked about the Son of Man coming in the clouds, and again, another reference to the Son of Man and the prophet Daniel, and I was getting excited because this is what we were waiting for. When will this happen, Jesus? He said, no one knows the time or the hour but the Father. He said, be ready. He said, the time is coming where it will be just like in the times of Noah. People were getting married, people were having children, people were laughing, and then the end will come. Then the floods came. And that was kind of how the night ended. He said, be ready, for you do not know the time or the hour. And so on Holy Tuesday, I thought, Jesus, I'm with you till the end. I will die for you, Jesus. I am with you till the end. I'm ready. Are you?